Okay, fight fans and fight fiends, welcome back to Manny's Thoughts. I, of course, Manny MTL or Manny Montreal. Make sure to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and obviously, thefightcity.com. As usual, I'll give you guys my thoughts on what's going down in the world of combat sports. Let's get started. Welcome back, fight fans and fight fiends. As usual, congratulations are due. Congratulations, Jonathan DeBella. First time at Madison Square Garden in New York, and he wins a beautiful unanimous decision by a guy that had 52 more fights than him. Just insane matchup, but proof that Jonathan DeBella is as good as I've been saying. Wow, what a fight. If you get a chance, go to the Fight City YouTube. You will find it on there. Also, check out the article we got on him there. I'm planning to have a lot more with him. Really great stuff. Glory 43. In a short matter of time, you're going to see him on your TV at home. Trust me, it's going to happen. But until then, you're going to have to do like everyone else. Over 100 people went down to New York to watch this kid fight. That's a lot being said that some guys here don't get 100 people at their fights. So congratulations to Jonathan DeBella and the entire DeBella team. Just fantastic work, and I'm looking forward to the next one. And I hope you guys are too. Look into Jonathan DeBella. Now, I wish I would have more congratulations to go out. My two favorite JoJos were both at work last weekend. Jojo Dan, unfortunately, he had some really good spurts somewhere in the middle where he was working the body just perfectly, and he even rocked him at a certain point, but he couldn't get the finish. And this dude was just so long and lean. It was hard because styles make fights, and this guy was just, you know, outside all the time, so there was not much Jojo could do. It breaks my heart. He's going to take some time off and spend time with his family, and hopefully we'll get news from him soon. I still want to see him fight. I'd be more than okay with him having a big fight here in Montreal. Jojo Dan deserves it. He's got that kind of heart, and I think he still has at least one more big fight in him. Now, as far as Jojo Calderwood, she gave a post-fight interview that I think explains it all. If you get a chance, go look at her Facebook page. She shared it. You know, this will teach people not to do the post-fight interviews immediately after the person's fought, because, you know, she had no filter on that, and she expressed her thoughts perfectly, and I agree with her 100%. It wasn't a fight. It wasn't entertaining. It was, you know, maybe you could have given it a draw, I guess, but now, as for her weight issue, listen, it's on the UFC. They need to start at 125 immediately, and they need to give her a serious crack in it. She deserves more than that, and the money they're giving these guys is not, it's laughable. And I know what kind of work this girl puts into her craft, and it's not fair, folks. It's just not fair. That's the bottom line. And if the UFC doesn't wake up, there's going to be more people like Valerie Letourneau that go over to Bellator, where they're probably making a bit more money. Because I haven't seen an angry post from Valerie since she signed with them. And actually, I think she's actually in a better place right now. So UFC might need to look at what their business practices has as a psychological effect on people's lives. You know, sometimes it's more than money, sometimes it's appreciation, sometimes it's a push, sometimes it's some media work. It's all things that the UFC is supposed to be doing. So here's hoping when they start the 125, she gets a proper push in there, and we get to see Jojo in the ring again, or Octagon, soon. Now, as far as news is concerned, the Beterbiev saga continues. A lot of stuff on social media. He posts stuff, and then Groupe Yvon Michel responds, and then they each independently give different interviews. They even got Anna Reva to get out of her vacation and do an interview for this. So, here's the bottom line. I think we're at an impasse. I don't think Beterbiev wants to solve this. I think he wants out. I'm sincerely hoping he's got some sort of reason or backup plan, like there's some secret millionaire behind him telling him, yeah, we'll start your own promotion, or this promotion's will take you as soon as your legal problems are done with. But seeing as how he's signed to Al Heyman till 2020, and Al Heyman's the only person he's not suing, Al Heyman would be the person to help him at this moment, and I don't see any movement. So, the chances of him staying in Montreal are getting slimmer by the moment. Him leaving here and going somewhere else, there's not many other places he can go. I don't know. Maybe LA. A lot of strings would need to get pulled, and a lot of people would have to overlook the fact that he's now sued 2 people in his entourage. He hasn't fought 20 fights yet. So, this all sucks because he's a fantastic fighter, and I really wish we could be talking about him fighting. As for more news in the Fight City, big fight for Brandon Cook. They promised he was going to get a big fight after the Butler fight, and some of us were hoping for a Butler rematch. But Cook seems to be chasing some money, or at least some titles, because he is going all the way to Kazakhstan, I believe, to fight a guy named Kanat Islam. And there's some titles on the line, and this Islam dude's basically Kazakhstan's #1 boxer, and the kid's undefeated, and he looks absolutely for real. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm a little worried. Maybe Brandon Cook's team bit off more than they could chew. However, I do understand he's a working man, and this is probably the best offer he received. So, I'm going to do me, and I'm going to cheer for the local boy. It's a big fight for Brandon Cook. I'm going to have to do a lot more homework on it. Hopefully you guys stay tuned and follow along with me. As far as more news in Montreal is concerned, another big thing that just went down, none other than the Canadian champ himself, Shaquille Finn, his coach, Ian McCullough, and their business partner, Chris, have now started their own promotion, Donnybrook Promotions, and will have their first event August 19th in New Brunswick, in Shediac, New Brunswick, to be precise. Now, this is big news. Correct me if I'm wrong, boxing heads, fellow journalists who actually watch this show. If anybody out there actually gets to this point in the video and pays attention, answer me this. What Canadian boxer started his own promotion and successfully boxed for it? Second question, what Quebec boxer did? Now, other than Shaquille, obviously, that will be doing it August 19th. This is big. I mean, Jean Pascal started his own promotion but never actually boxed for it. Adonis talked about doing it. So, congratulations to Shaquille Finn on, he was waiting to sign some contracts and stuff, and there was a lot of talks between a couple of camps. There was 3 people all together, and I personally think this is the best thing for a young boxer's future if he can achieve this and start his own promotion. Because at least when he does get approached by those big companies, now he's going to be sitting at the table as a promoter and not just a fighter. And as you can tell, that has some importance if you look at the whole Mayweather-McGregor thing. So, kudos to Shaquille Finn. Now, as far as Yvon Michel is concerned, it seems like their casino card is set and will be somewhere around the end of the month of September. There's also talks of a fight going down in Quebec City, September 16th. Rumors of Oscar Kaboom Rivas finally getting to fight, and a possible undercard with Mariev Decaire in a very interesting fight, apparently with some consequences, so I look forward to more news on that. Otherwise, guys, please check out thefightcity.com. Fresh posts on the daily for you guys to check out. Please check out the Fight City YouTube. I put up all kinds of videos up on there. Like, subscribe to those pages as well. Hit us up on social media. We're very active on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Now, as far as what we can watch this weekend, there isn't much boxing. There is some. You're going to have to stream it. There's some smaller fights. I'll be watching it all, as you know. There's some MMA. There's not some big name MMA, but there's some MMA. On the Fight Network, M1 Global. Russian MMA is always fun to watch. And also, UFC Fight Night will be going down live and free on Fox. The main event is Weidman versus Gaslam. Basically, 2 guys with nothing to lose and a big big need of a win. Now, as far as the rest of the weekend, like I said, there isn't much going on. There is going to be some big things going on in August. We're near the end of the month. I'm actually happy for this little break. We will have some fights coming up next weekend. Adrian Broner, Mikey Garcia, amongst others. Please check out the Fight City for all your news. That's it for me this week. If you liked the video, then tell your friends to like and share it, and you like and share it, and then get somebody else randomly to like and share it. We need to get this going. I'm suffering over here. This is 3 years going. I'm not going to quit. If I have to do this from my phone and stealing Wi-Fi, I will. That's it for me this week. I'll see you guys next week.